In this video, I'm going to show you one of the best ways to protect yourself from damaging noise levels that could give you hearing loss and tinnitus. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell to receive a notification every time I post a new video. Hopefully by this point, you are fully aware that excessive noise exposure can put you at a higher risk of hearing loss and even tinnitus if you do not protect your hearing. And in case you were unaware of this, let me go ahead and drop some statistics on you. The World Health Organization estimates that 1.1 billion people, that is billion with a B, are at risk for noise-induced hearing loss. In the United States alone, 40 million individuals have audiograms consistent with hearing loss resulting from loud noise exposure. 50% of young people listen to their music too loudly and are susceptible to noise-induced hearing loss, and 22 million American workers, which is 17% of the workforce, are exposed to hazardous noise levels at work. Noise exposure is one of the leading causes of hearing loss and tinnitus worldwide, and it is a problem that needs to be taken care of right now, otherwise it's going to get even worse. The fact is, it does not take very much noise exposure to cause permanent damage to these tiny hair cell-like structures inside of your cochlea, which is your hearing organ. These hair cells, particularly the 3 rows of outer hair cells, which help you hear speech and music, are very susceptible to being damaged by noise. When I'm testing someone's hearing in the clinic, it is very easy for me to identify if noise exposure has contributed to their level of hearing loss, and I can identify this by seeing a noise notch in their audiogram. A noise notch is a reduction in hearing sensitivity approximately between 3,000 and 6,000 hertz. This is caused by loud sound entering the ear canal and being made even louder by your ear canal resonance. The average human ear canal resonance is around 2,700 hertz, and this is a little bit different from individual to individual. But the reason why we have this resonance or peaking effect inside of the ear canal is because it helps us understand high-frequency speech information better, which gives us better clarity to speech. However, when you apply a very loud sound inside of the ear canal, this ear canal resonance will actually cause more damage to the hair cell-like structures in that frequency range, but it also stretches that damage out to 3,000 to 4,000 hertz, which is why we get the noise notch. The simple fix is to completely avoid noisy situations or to protect your hearing consistently with earplugs or earmuffs. The problem with these solutions is that you can't just live inside of your house your entire life and never go out to a place that might be considered noisy, especially if you happen to work in a noisy environment. And on the other hand, when you go into these noisy environments, you don't always want to be having your ears plugged up to where you can't communicate with others or hear the things that you actually want to hear. This is why Phonak, today's video sponsor, has developed their own line of Serenity Choice filtered earplugs so you can get the right amount of protection based on what your hearing protection goals are. Traditionally, the effectiveness of hearing protection has been indicated by a noise reduction rating as an American standard or single number rating as a European standard, and the higher the number that you have on these ratings, the more effective these hearing protectors are. While this does give you a very simple way to compare the protective levels of different earplugs and ear muffs, it completely ignores the fact that different listening situations require different levels of protection, and that maximum protection is not always better given your specific listening situation. To solve this issue, Phonak developed 6 different types of filtered plugs for different listening situations, including music, work, sleeping, motorsports, comfort, and hunting and shooting. Each set of Serenity Choice plugs comes with a variety of different things. It has a carrying case here in the center. You have 3 different sizes of earplugs, and then one of those earplugs will come pre-installed with that specific filter. Now, you can take that filter out, of course, and put it into any size plug that's right for you, and it's very easy to do that. But once you get it into the right plug, putting them in your ears is really simple. I usually just pull back on my ear to straighten out my ear canal, work it down into my ear, and you actually have a really nice little removal tab that's in there to pull them out nice and easy. But this is basically what it looks like inside of my ear. The different filters have different colors. This particular one is meant for sleeping. It's an orange plug, but it doesn't give you that plugged up feeling because of that filter that's in there. The real magic of each of these earplugs is the filter technology that allows for the right amount of noise attenuation at the right frequencies, which protects your hearing, but also allows you to maintain quality of hearing, situational awareness, and the ability to still communicate with others while wearing them. This way, instead of having to decide between going completely unprotected, which puts you at a much higher risk of noise-induced hearing loss and tinnitus, and protecting your hearing with earplugs or earmuffs, which completely reduces your ability to hear things that you do want to hear in those noisy environments, you can now have roughly the best of both worlds, which means that you can protect your hearing and still hear the things that you want to hear. For the music filter, the goal is to protect your hearing with an NRR of 10 and an SNR of 17 if you're listening to loud music. But it provides a flat attenuation across the low, mid, and high frequencies, so music still sounds natural. I personally will never attend another live concert without using a Serenity Choice music plug. For loud work environments, sleep, or motorsports, they each have an NRR of 16 and an SNR of 24. The goal with these earplug filters is to create a solid amount of noise protection without completely eliminating your situational awareness of sounds around you. When at work, you can protect your hearing but still be able to communicate with your coworkers. When you're sleeping, you can block out the sound of noisy city traffic or your snoring partner, but still be able to hear your alarm clock in the morning or the fire alarm, heaven forbid. When riding a loud motorcycle, ATV, or UTV, you can protect your hearing from that loud engine noise, but still be able to hear stuff from your helmet headset. The comfort plugs come with an NRR of 9 and an SNR of 16. They are designed to reduce distracting sounds so you can concentrate better in any environment without making you feel plugged up or completely blocked off from the world around you. The funny thing is, these comfort plugs work really well when I'm researching for and scripting my YouTube videos so I don't get distracted by the sounds around me. And last but not least, the hunting and shooting plugs that have an NRR value of 12 and an SNR value of 19, which are intended for, you guessed it, shooting guns. The interesting thing though about protecting your hearing from gunfire is that the NRR values and SNR values are much less important than the IPIL rating. IPIL stands for impulsive peak insertion loss, which is the amount of protection that you receive for these impulse sounds that are very short in duration but extremely loud. When you really think about it, the types of situations that you're going to be in when you're shooting guns is you're either going to be at the range, you're going to be in combat, or you're going to be hunting. And every single one of these situations requires that you can still communicate with other individuals, but protect your hearing when a gun goes off. The IPIL ratings for the Serenity Choice hunting and shooting protectors range between 26.3 decibels of reduction for a 130 decibel sound and 33.7 decibels of reduction for a 166 decibel sound, which is better than most passive protectors on the market. And you can still communicate easily with individuals around you when there's no guns being fired. I personally would have loved having these hearing protectors when I served in the Marine Corps, because every single time I wanted to protect my hearing, I had to use foam hearing protectors, which made it nearly impossible for me to effectively communicate with my team members. If the technical aspects of the noise reduction rating, single number rating, or IPIL ratings confuse you, just go with the Serenity Choice earplugs that has the box with the picture of whatever you want to do with it. Now, I personally love the fit, comfort, and convenience of this type of filtered earplug, especially with this medical grade silicone that I can select the most appropriate size for my ear canal. But if you're the type of person who wants a custom fit option of this filtered earplug technology, then you're in luck, because Phonak also has the Serenity Choice Plus custom filtered version of these. If you are interested in either the Serenity Choice filtered earplugs or the Serenity Choice Plus custom filtered earplugs, I will have a link in the description of this video so you can find a clinic near you that dispenses them. If we are going to stop this silent epidemic of hearing loss, then we need to start with the things that we can control. Now, we cannot stop age from giving you hearing loss, but we sure as heck can stop noise exposure from giving you hearing loss. So the next time that you find yourself in a noisy situation, just remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, please share it. And if you want to see other videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to check out my website, drcliffaud.com.